being a nice guy is not as nice as it may sound. And for cause, I used to be a nice guy. Now, if you don't know what a nice guy is, it's a term that is often used to describe people who are people-pleasing tendencies. People who generally feel like that the way they are is not okay or is not enough. And so in order for them to have their needs met, in order for them to feel liked, to feel loved by other people, they feel like they need to please others. They need to be nice. They need to be likable. And so they want to avoid confrontation. They want to avoid making mistakes. They want to avoid all form of embarrassment, all form of weakness and vulnerabilities. And this creates inhibition in our personality and in our behaviors and in our self-expression. Now, of course, there are many reasons why a person would have certain things like that and why they would do it and the level of intensity of what they would do it. But me personally, it was something that I struggled for a long time. And it was really affecting me because I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't fulfilling my work nor in my relationships. And in fact, I was struggling with confidence, low self-esteem, shyness, approaching women, engaging in real meaningful conversations, and just like expressing myself fully. And this is not really a nice place to be because that means that I wasn't authentic, I wasn't true to myself, but I was just trying to be nice so that if I am nice, other people will like me, and then if they like me, my life will be kind of better and everything will be okay. But deep down, what that really meant is that if I want other people to like me, I cannot just be me. I need to be valuable, or I need to perform well, and just the word is weird, but it's pretty much how I felt back then. If I don't bring enough value, or if I'm not likable enough, or if I'm not doing things for other people, then maybe they'll lose interest. Maybe they'll hang out with other people. Maybe they'll break up or leave. And so he was constantly living under pressure, so to speak. But I was very likable because when you have like those type of tendencies of being a nice guy or a nice person, you are usually a very likable person. Always there for other people, meeting other people's needs, putting other people's happiness before yours. So of course you appear as a very likable person. But behind this is a realm of expectation that is hidden. And often it was always hidden from me. I wasn't even sure why I was doing it. Right? It wasn't something I was just doing consciously, it was just me. Because that was my identity back then, that was my self-image. And it's something I conditioned from childhood, and then so many life experiences brought me at that stage in my life back then. But when those needs were not met, I would become passive aggressive. So for example, if you are nice to other people, or you help them to do something, you would expect something in return, maybe a thank you, maybe to them to be there for you, but you would not express it. I would not say it. I would just know that that was the hidden agreement, right? Or if you're nice to a woman, kind of thing, or in a relationship, then the trade-off is maybe sex or intimacy or something this way. And when that's not met, you become passive aggressive. You become distant. So you can see how all of this was making my life very complicated. And in 2018, at some point, I reached a stage where it was too much. I wasn't happy with who I was. I wasn't happy with my relationship. I was just coming out of a breakup, and I realized that something needed to change, and that I needed to change. And I really needed to go deep within myself to uncover all those layers of beliefs, all those layers of identity, all those repressed emotions that created that personality, so to speak, and then that personality created that personal reality and the relationships and the state of my life. So the process of healing that really showed me the importance of shifting my self-image, identifying my shadow, identifying those beliefs that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I need to deserve to be liked, or all those kind of beliefs that were not true, but that were affecting my life deeply. And so it was a process for me to step up in my own life, to express myself more, be direct, be honest, say yes or no when I wanted to, not because I felt like I had to. But boundaries, putting my need first, all these type of things, I needed to basically relearn those behaviors and become a person, become the person that was the most authentic person as possible in that process. And it was one of the most powerful things I ever did in my life, because it changed my life not just a little bit. I didn't just make it 10% better. It completely turned my life around. And today I'm grateful to be helping a lot of people, a lot of men and women, to change those people-pleasing tendencies, to change all those inhibition that they have in their own self-image. Because the most important lesson I understood, it was that our life is a reflection of our self-image. And as long as I saw myself as not good enough, nobody could make me feel enough. And I would never show up authentically as long as I continue to see myself that the way I am is not acceptable. And so it was about changing that the way I am is perfect right now, and I have so much value and people want to be around me. And so it's about really opening up and allowing myself to be vulnerable, to show weaknesses, to, embrace your own shortcomings, embarrassment and shame. And to deal through all of this, identifying your shadows and integrating that part of myself. And so the reason I'm sharing this story today is to not only inspire you, but to maybe help you reflect in your own life. And I don't know if you find yourself drawn to your video, maybe it's because you are like this in your own life, or you're struggling, or you're recovering from that, or you're just becoming aware of it. But the message is that you have, no matter where you are on your journey, an ability, a gift, a way to express yourself fully, and the world needs you to express yourself fully. Because what I understood, what I discovered, and what I experienced after releasing all those insecurities and all those layers of shame and fear, is that that sense of self-worth and deep love was already within me all along. And it was just there waiting for me to put down the walls, to put down the defenses, and to stop hiding. And this is a beautiful process, and it's a process that can take time, that can make effort, but it's so worth it, because when you change, it changes everything. And you deserve to be the most authentic version of yourself. So today I'm here to invite you to really observe your life, to really observe, how do you see yourself? How do you express yourself? How do you show up in your interaction with other people? And is that the most authentic, true version of yourself? Or are you just living an identity because you feel like you have to be this way in order to be liked, accepted, or loved? And if you feel that way right now, that's okay. But ask yourself, is this really who you are? Is this really what brings you the most joy in your life? Is this really who you were meant to be? And if it's not, then ask yourself, who were you meant to be? Who were you meant to be expressed? What is it that's within yourself right now that wants to shine through? What is your gift to the world? Because the more you allow yourself to be authentic, the more you allow other people around you to be authentic, and you start to meet people who are genuine with you. And that creates phenomenal intimacy and phenomenal relationship and phenomenal way to create a world where we are all okay with each other, because we're much more tolerant of ourselves and accepting of ourselves. And so we are naturally acceptant, tolerant, and loving toward other people. And that is such a beautiful way to make a better world. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this story. And as always, feel free to share this video with somebody who needs it, who needs to hear it. And like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Be well.